to white belts, Ricky and Aiden. Starting from stand-up. With the failed single leg takedown. Couldn't secure the back. And gets rolled into side control. Okay, so let's break this down. So there's a bit of hand fighting. There was so when Ricky dives in for the single leg, this was what happens when you keep your head on the outside. Aiden is able to spin round and start capitalizing on taking the back. And as he's stepping around, Aiden immediately tries to jump into mount straight away. Ricky still got control of Aiden's right leg. So as he's falling, Aiden should be pinching his knees together to secure that mount into this position. However, because his left leg is floating in the air, Ricky is able to go onto his knees, rolling into that leg he's holding, which ultimately leaves Aiden having to roll onto his back into a guard position, but without it being closed and trying to control, Ricky still got control of that leg. Ricky is passing straight into side control. From this, Aiden should be immediately framing and trying to push away, but this will happen very, very quickly. Okay, while securing side control, Ricky brings his hips in, steps over into the mount position. Now, let's take a quick look at that again. So Ricky's going to take his left knee, bring it in so he can step over, but look how that leg could have been captured into half guard at any point. He even catches the leg on Aiden's left leg, which if Aiden had been prepared, he could have wrapped his legs around and got him into half guard. Okay, so Ricky's in mount position. Aiden's got a underhook and is going around and grabbing the back of his collar. And he's actually trying to set up he's trying to get an Ezekiel. So he's grabbing on his own sleeve, trying to choke Ricky. Let's go back. So what he's done is he's reached underneath, grabbed that grove. Once he gets that hand in front of him, what he's looking to do is to grab his sleeve. And he's trying to set up a choke, but that arm being underneath the armpit and the fact that the grip is not good from the bottom made that very difficult to achieve. Okay, so now Ricky's on top, and look what he's doing. He's trying to pin down that arm because he's going to throw that leg over and he's going to try and get that mounted triangle. However, Aiden's arm wasn't pinned down, so he's able to keep it, and he's used it to keep that triangle off. So if we look at this, Ricky checks the hand. He was going to push this down. Instead, he just goes and throws the leg over, which now leaves Aiden's arm in between his neck and Ricky's leg. So as he rolls in for the triangle, he's going to use that as a frame to push off and ends up in side control. Okay, so we have Aiden on top with the securing the side control. Ricky's doing a good job of keeping his right knee connected to Aiden's hip. So there's no easy way for Aiden to step across into mount. Now, what he's doing is he's checking on that leg and he brings the knee through. Okay, let's go back. So we can see here that with Ricky's knee pinned to his hip, it makes it very difficult for Aiden to step over. He wants full mount. So you can see at this point, he starts to control the leg, trying to push it away, opening up some space. So can he step over? He extends it. You can tell that Ricky is pinned. So instead, he starts driving his knee up. And he's going to start, there you go, he puts the knee up. And instead of bringing it all the way across, he kind of goes for a knee on belly that Ricky immediately recognizes, starts to push off. Now, if Aiden had kept on knee on belly, and as Ricky's opposite arm had got that little hook as he pushed off the knee, he could have been set up for an armbar. Okay, so in that transition, Ricky has managed to wrap up one of Aiden's legs into half guard. Aiden is controlling his head, but Aiden's already lost the war because he failed to get the underhook. He's now trying with an overhook, but with Ricky, he's on his side, he's got half guard, and he has the underhook. So now it's just a matter of time, and pop, there you go. So if we revisit that part. So we can see that as Ricky had already got the half guard, what he immediately did with his left arm is went underneath Aiden's armpit for that underhook. So Aiden is controlling his head. He's now trying to control with the underhook, but it's kind of a losing battle at this point because because of that half guard and the fact that Ricky is not flat on his back and he's on his side, he has a clear path to the back. Now, from here, it looks like he was kind of being pushed upwards, so Aiden is losing control of the head. And because of this, with a little bit of an extra pop, there you go. Aiden's back was nice and clear, and Ricky takes control with the seatbelt. So 1 over, 1 under. Well, he's now gone for double under. Okay, so I like what Aiden's doing now. Like, obviously he's got his back taken, but what he's doing is he's defending. He knows he's got Ricky's left hand. So the right hand is going to be the choking one. That's the one he needs to defend against. However, he has snuck in there and grabbed his opposite collar, and Aiden's now trying to focus on the legs a bit more when he should be focusing on that grip on his neck. Let's go back to that. So you see what Aiden's doing? He's blocking that overhand. So he's got the left hand. He's doing a really good job of blocking Ricky's right hand. Ricky's right hand wants to go underneath and get him by the neck, which he's fighting well against. However, it looked like it was a bit of a losing battle because Ricky did manage to secure his right hand on the opposite collar of Aiden. Aiden's going 2-on-1, which means 2 hands on that choking arm, which is good. That is the defense. However, Aiden's grabbed above his collar, not onto his hand. So right now, he's actually helping with the choke a little bit, or he's actually helping Ricky get better grips. So I think Aiden's at this point is focusing on the legs and how to escape the hooks. Okay, so Aiden is having to defend that choke. Ricky's on the back. He's got a collar across, and Aiden's still floating in the air. Ricky knocks him to the side, grabs the leg. He's got the collar, shrimps away, puts his knee against his back, and now all he has to do is pull the leg and pull the sleeve and extend him for the bow and arrow. Excellent. Let's go back. So right now, the right arm of Ricky is across Aiden's neck. That is the choking arm. Aiden wants to get to the opposite side where the underhook is so that Aiden can get both shoulders to the mat and shrimp away. That's what you should be thinking about when someone has your back. How to get your back to the ground. At this point, Ricky rolls him to the side. He grabs hold of the trousers. He's got that cross grip. Now Ricky is just trying to shrimp away so he can get that knee across the back. At this point, Aiden is trying to hold on to his collar to try and alleviate the pressure, but it's not going to be successful because he can't fight Ricky's extending body. There you go. Pushes the knee in, pulls with both arms out, just like a bow and arrow. Extends for the bow and arrow choke. Excellent roll from these two brilliant white belts. Well done, boys.